Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video we're going to have a look at Bitcoin. We're going to try to answer the question, will Bitcoin outperform altcoins? This is what we're being told by mainstream media. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap in that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and don't forget to jump into our Discord. Absolutely free to join. Link is in the description of this video. You definitely won't regret joining the Discord. Over 4,500 people supporting one another navigate the space safely. It's definitely the place to be. Right, let's get down to the desktop. Okay, so we're going to start on coin market cap. Now, the total market cap of all crypto is up 0.56% at the time of recording at $964.81 billion. Bitcoin hovering just over the 20,000 mark, up 0.94%, so just under 1% up at 20,211.57. And yeah, look, it's interesting, right? If we go to the articles, the first being, will bulls take charge now that Bitcoin price trades above long-term trendline resistance, is the question that's being posed in this article, and the first one I want to cover off. There'll be many bullish YouTubers and influencers out there telling you that, you know, they're focused on the daily and our community is doing really well because of this. But ultimately, you know, if you're dollar cost averaging into a project that hasn't got great funding, a great team, great utility and tech, then, you know, with the financial landscape the way it is, you could be dollar cost averaging yourself into a really bad position. So be careful, be mindful, make sure that you're keeping an eye on, you know, not just the crypto market, but the financial markets, the black swan events, the war, the property crisis that, you know, happen around the world. The weather sounds a bit bonkers, but, you know, this can have an impact on trade, logistics, and all that sort of stuff, right, which can then have another knock-on effect around the world, right, on imports and exports and all that sort of stuff. So all of this stuff's really important. We should keep an eye on it. And you know, the question that's being posed here is basically, are the bulls gonna have control of Bitcoin now, right? And are they gonna, you know, see the recovery of Bitcoin? And I don't think that we are, right? And if we go down to the bottom here, we've got generally institutional investors like Citi and Goldman Sachs expect volatility in the equities markets to continue, and obviously they've revised down their end of year targets for the S&P 500, while investors are still predicting a down year in 2023. All said, inflation remains high across the globe, and it needs to be said that the US are going to continue to you know, try to get inflation down to 2%, right? And they will do damage to get us there. So just be mindful of that and the impacts that that's going to have on other currencies around the world, and what are those governments going to do to combat what the US is doing to their currencies, right? So we need to be focused on these things. I think it's really important. So corporate earnings expectations are being adjusted to the downside. And the Fed appears confidently resolute in its current plans to reduce inflation, which I just mentioned. Now, none of the developments are conclusive to boosting investors' risk sentiment, and it's given and given Bitcoin's correlation with the equities market and sensitivity to bearish economic news flows, it's unlikely that Bitcoin is going to, you know, basically continue this move to the upside, is basically what's being articulated here. Now, I kind of agree to some extent. I don't expect the bullishness of Bitcoin to continue. I still expect further downside, and, you know, I'm going to be, you know, looking forward to seeing those lower lows come in, because when those lower lows come in, you know, it's going to be a fantastic opportunity to build generational level wealth. We're not trying to get the bottom, but we're trying to get the best price possible, right? So, you know, be aware of that. Okay, so will Bitcoin outperform other assets when the economic tide turns? And this is an interesting one, right? Because we've got Mike here, senior commodity strategist at Bloomberg Intelligence, sees the top two cryptocurrencies outperforming other assets when the economy returns to bull territory. And this is really interesting, right? Because what they're trying to articulate here is the analyst is saying that Bitcoin in particular could be in its early stages of trading more like a safe haven asset, such as treasured gold, for example. But you don't need to look too far to see articles and others within the space telling you that actually a lot of people are leaving gold and are leaving Bitcoin in their droves. So is this just, an article that's being put out to keep the retail investors bullish when they should probably be bearish? It's possible. I don't really know. I'm going to link this in our Discord for you to go read at your leisure. It's definitely worth having a look. And I thought that this was a really interesting article. So ex-Ripple top developer said truth about Bitcoin, and here is what it is. And I agree, and I'm completely aligned to this, right? And what is the most telling truth? And that is that Bitcoin, and this will rival some people up, was revolutionary in providing or proving the concept of artificial digital scarcity. All the rest are where the actual innovation is now happening and business models are being formed. And basically what Matt is saying here is that the innovation, the real money moving forward is going to be the generational level money is going to be in altcoins, right? And this is what Nick and myself talk about all the time. It really is the altcoins that are going to build the generational level wealth. Not all altcoins, not every single altcoin is classed the same. And what I would say is you've got to look for projects that are very well funded, that have a real world use case. They have superior technology to others, and probably when I say others, the most prominent ones in the space. They've got to be, well integrated. And, that's just to list a few things. They kind of have to have a bit of everything. And this is what we do on Cheeky Crypto, right? We look for projects that we think have got great utility, great teams, well funded, great tech, and then we bring them to you, right? And, this is something that is, what I think is a gap in the space at the moment of people talking about projects that are actually fantastic. And I get a lot of people aren't here for the tech. They aren't here to be bullish on crypto and blockchain technology long term. They're really here to just make money. But with Cheeky Crypto, we kind of give you a bit of both. Now, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope it was useful. I hope you took something from it. If you did, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap in that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.